Welcome to Defending Digital. I'm Chad Warner. Today's topic, lessons learned from 6 TED Talks on privacy and cybersecurity. Have you ever watched a TED Talk, either online or at a TED event? TED Talks are fairly short presentations or speeches on a variety of topics, which are meant to motivate you to take action. Some of the topics are security, privacy, surveillance, encryption, hacking, and the internet. I've watched many of the talks in these topics, and I chose 6 that contain lessons you can learn from. Please note that I don't endorse everything these speakers say, whether about technology, politics, or economics. The first talk is titled, How to Avoid Surveillance, with the phone in your pocket. The lessons: the U.S. telephone network has surveillance built in. The U.S. government could listen to your calls, as could any other government or entity that breaks into the phone network. Apple's iMessages and FaceTime use strong encryption, so they can't be easily wiretapped. Even Apple can't see your iMessages. WhatsApp uses strong encryption and can't be easily wiretapped. If we weaken technology to allow law enforcement to wiretap suspected criminals, that weakens privacy for everyone and makes it possible for anyone to be wiretapped by anyone else. Use encrypted communication tools to protect your privacy. The next talk is titled, How Data Brokers Sell Your Identity. And by the way, I have all of these talks embedded in the post that goes along with this episode at defendingdigital.com. The lessons from this talk: data brokers collect, package, and sell detailed profiles of individuals based on their online and offline behavior. Data brokers combine your private information, such as your Google Maps searches, Google searches, Facebook usage, credit card transactions, shopping habits, health info, and location info, with public info, such as real estate records, tax records, and voter records, to create a profile of you. Online anonymity is a myth. Your postal code, date of birth, and gender can be traded without your permission. A Harvard study found that 87% of Americans could be uniquely identified from 3 facts: zip code, date of birth, and gender. Cambridge Analytica used cookies to track Americans around the web, their websites that they visited, searches they performed, videos they watched, and created a viral Facebook quiz to collect personality data. They collected data on about 20 million American voters, with an average 5,000 pieces of data on each person. They targeted Facebook ads to influence the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Your personal data can influence your future, your child's college admission, or home or car insurance premiums. Your personal data, such as social media activity, health and fitness data, and home energy usage, can be used to predict whether you're a trustworthy driver, a good employee, or a good credit risk. Being aware of the data being collected about you helps you better protect your privacy. Consider whether free services, such as store discounts, are worth the privacy that you're giving up. When apps request permissions, deny the ones that they don't truly need. From the talk, A Vision of Crimes in the Future. Lessons: criminals usually adopt technologies before law enforcement. The Internet of Things, IoT, will soon be the Internet of Things to be hacked. More connections equals more vulnerabilities. All operating systems and technologies have been hacked. None are invulnerable. Consider, what if one of your medical devices, a cochlear implant, diabetic pump, pacemaker, defibrillator, etc., was hacked? Also, I recommend Goodman's book. Mark Goodman is the one who gave this talk, and his book is titled Future Crimes: Everything is Connected, Everyone is Vulnerable, and What We Can Do About It. And I have previously reviewed that book on defendingdigital.com, so you can find that there. The next talk is titled All Your Devices Can Be Hacked, and its lessons are: in 2008, researchers demonstrated several attacks against a wireless defibrillator, including disabling the device and inducing defibrillation. Researchers were able to attack cars by applying the brakes, disabling the brakes, and installing malware. They were able to compromise several car computers and compromise all the wireless software on the cars. They were also able to eavesdrop on the cars. So that means conversations within the cars. People tend to adopt new technology without considering security. Be aware that devices can be compromised. Any software will be vulnerable and have bugs. From the talk, How Tech Companies Deceive You into Giving Up Your Data and Privacy. Lessons: the electronic doll My Friend Kayla recorded audio of children and anyone else within range, which could be shared with unnamed third parties for targeted advertising. Also, anyone with a phone within 60 feet could connect to the doll. Terms of service often grant companies access to your personal data. For example, a popular online dating app grants access to your Facebook photos. Make sure you read the terms of service before you agree to them. And the final talk is titled The 5 Laws of Cybersecurity, and its lessons are: everything is vulnerable in some way. Never assume something can't be hacked. Question the infrastructure and people you encounter online. Don't blindly trust them. Be careful when using new technologies, which haven't yet been hardened against attacks. What should you do? Here are a few lessons that I recommend that you learn from these TED Talks. 1. Use encrypted communication tools to protect your privacy, such as Apple's iMessages and FaceTime or WhatsApp. 2. Support encryption and other privacy technologies for everyone. 3. Consider whether free services such as store discounts are worth the privacy that you give up. 4. When apps request permissions, deny the permissions they don't truly need. 5. Research the security and privacy of IoT, Internet of Things, devices before you buy them. After you buy them, lock them down. 6. Research the security and privacy of any medical devices that you or your family members use, especially implanted ones. 7. Consider waiting to adopt new technologies until they've matured, to avoid security and privacy breaches that often come with new technologies. 8. Research the security and privacy of electronic toys before you buy them. After you buy them, lock them down. 9. Read or see what others say about terms of service before you agree to them. 10. Question the infrastructure and people you encounter online. Don't blindly trust them. And finally, 11. If you've seen any good TED Talks about digital security or privacy, please leave a comment on this post at defendingdigital.com.